Now, 4 times yesterday, I was able to shoot this minifig out that entrance and over to the hot shot. Oh, yes, and it worked. Okay, look what I got. I got some IKEA boxes, and I got we got a few deliveries actually here in the house. My wife got this this throne, what I call. It's actually a chair, a desk chair to go in her office, and I got 3 IKEA boxes. So let's walk over there and let's see what we got here. Look at this. Look, there's 2 tables in a box. I love it. I was expecting these in October, in late October, but I got them now. And I even got more storage bins. Hello everybody, this is Drmcbrick and I am here with tables. That's right, I got more tables. I'm so excited we have tables now. We can actually do some things. We can actually start to build SixFigs out to where I've always wanted it to be. So as you see here, I got the table. I got a table here. Oh, you know what? Here, let's just shed some light on the subject there. There we go. I got the table here. Oh, by the way, before I get going, please like this video. That's how you tell YouTube that you like my videos and you want to see more of them and all kinds of stuff. Share this video if you're so inclined, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It's absolutely free. Anyway, let's take a look at this table. Now, what's happening here is you notice that I have 2 big boxes here. I have the Mos Eisley Cantina, the current one, and the really, really amazing one. And I also have, I've been talking about it for a long time. It's been in my backlog, the Ewok Village. From, I don't know when that's from. That's from a long time ago, isn't it? Like 10 years ago, something like that? 9 years ago? Anyway, it's mint in the box, sealed, and my goal is, now that I have this space, I was looking at the Mos Eisley Cantina and kind of looking at how, you know, you can make it in configurations and open it up and stuff. Well, I'm actually going to open it up and make it into the restaurant for SixFigs. So it will be the restaurant that will come over here, and I will have it in an L shape right here on this corner, and then the bar coming out. And that's why I have those extra plates, because I'm going to plate it all in. So it looks like, as you start to come over here from this path, I'm going to make this path kind of continue, and it looks like you're going into with the the 2 different buildings and all that kind of stuff. It looks like you're going into Mos Eisley, and so you will see those evaporators there, and I'll try to make it up to look like, you know, the Mos Eisley scene and stuff like that. The do-back will kind of be in here, probably kind of go with some of the dinosaurs in a sense. I'll try to blend it and make it look pretty good, and everything like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do there, and I'll make that into the L shape, make it into the cantina or the restaurant that you would find in a theme park such as SixFigs, because SixFigs right now, it has a snack shack, and that's it. There is a couple different refreshment stands around the park, but there is no restaurant. And most large parks like this have restaurants, right? And so I thought the Mos Eisley would fit in well with the Ewok Village. And so where you see the Ewok Village sitting, that's where it's going to go. It's actually going to, I'm going to use this section here, as you see, and probably put that right in here by the do-back, and then make that bridge go across here, across this Stegosaurus, then move, and then take the rest of it and kind of move it on and kind of connect up to the treehouse and things like that. So it'll be kind of a, you know, it'll kind of give some consistency and kind of blend in with Mos Eisley and everything. And so I'm excited about that. The problem is, that's a huge set. This is a huge set. And I have a ton of Western stuff. And so what I'm finding out is, as I'm looking through this, look at this. This is really cramped, and this is not the way this is going to be. And so I'm hoping that I can use this set. And let me just take this box off of here for now, so you can kind of see what I'm working with here. I think Moss Isley will fit right here. I think that will fit right there in the L shape. I don't think that's going to be a problem. The extra building, I have something special for that, and I hope that you kind of get a chuckle out of it once I finish it and show you what I have actually made out of it. But it goes with the theme park and everything. So anyway, but this is the space I have. But the problem is this thing is such a behemoth that I have to have everything smashed together. I mean, I don't even have room to stage my stage. So, look at that. I mean, there's no way, I don't even have my saloon in here. And I have the Native Americans right up against the sheriff and the gold mine and all that kind of stuff. And it's just not working for me. And so as I work in the Ewok village, I will spread this out. I still have to have this train track come through here. And there's a part of the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution there that is going to connect. Obviously, the train track will connect and come all the way down here because the train track has to, according to my plans and Adrian's plans, to go all the way around and come back around. So yeah, so I have some space here, or some space issues here that I'm not sure how to solve because I want to have a Western village, but my goal, I mean, I would love to have all this kind of separated. So you'd have the Native Americans out, you'd have out, kind of in a separate area, you'd have the gold mine out in a separate area, that sort of thing, and then you'd have the fort farther from the town, but I just don't have the space, and I'm out of space. I mean, I'm literally out of space. There's my office where it starts right here, the studio and everything. So anyway, and I'm also want to build. I still want to build that mountain. I went and got a whole bunch of burp pieces, and I got those off of BrickLink. I got about 70 of those things, and so those will start kind of the mountain, and then I can kind of slope it, use all slopes and cheese wedges and all kinds of stuff to make it look like a mountain. But I want to do that around here in the back here, so I still have that train track to come back here. So I really don't have much to work with. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I know some people have told me that they really like the fact that it's kind of cramped together because, if you were really in an amusement park, you would have all this stuff kind of together. And I remember Cedar Point, for instance, that had Frontierland. And Frontierland had a couple of old type of shops, but then it had a fort right there too, and it was all together. And so I still have to work out how I'm going to do my paths so that actually patrons can come through here. There will be a path that will come through here at some point. But then if you notice, it abuts right next to my adventurer sets. And so, what am I going to do here? How am I going to use this? I have this as was going to be kind of a gauntlet ride, but I don't really have anywhere to put it right now. So I'd like to put that in there somewhere. And I know theme parks have rides right next to rides and everything. And I know a big part of what I'm going to have to do will be to build up kind of mountains or little kind of hills, things like that. Just little grassy hills or knolls and things like that, trees, just to separate the areas. And I think I've done a decent job throughout SixFigs so far of doing that. But I'm going to be needing to do that much more, particularly in this area because things are going to be a lot tighter. And of course I have to plate it all in and everything like that. So that's my plan. And so if you have any ideas for this area and what I can do, I'd still love to put my saloon in here because the saloon then would add one more in addition to Moss Isley and to the snack shack and to the other little kiosks of food. It would add one more place to eat and drink. And so in the theme park. So anyway, so that's what's happening over there. I want to flip you around and show you something I'm really excited about as well. Look at this. Because I got another table, SixFigs actually has the mixer, the slide, and the carousel set up. And I think it is an amazing setup. And I'll try to get the camera down here, but you see, we start out with the mixer here, and there's a little spot. We still have the cones on there because the rides are not open, and I still have to add the motors and stuff like that. But we have the mixer here. It's all set to go, and you see it just misses the slide enough so it's not going to hopefully scare the crap out of the minifigs that are in it and everything like that. If you come up here, I see the construction workers there admiring their work. We have the sax slide, and that sack slide is overlooking Ninjago Bay right there. And so that's going to be really interesting. If we go any further down, we have the entrance to the carousel, where you can ride the carousel and things like that. So let me see if I can get the camera down in here. I apologize, I kind of have a cord here that's messing up. But you can see you enter there. There's a little bench you can sit on and things like that. And then you enter and you go into the carousel this way. When you come out of the queue that way, and everything like that. When you go back into the sack slide, of course, you go up here, way up the stairs, and you can look over the scenic extension cords. Actually, this is going to be a table. Let me zoom back out here. Let me give you a long view of what's going on here. So this will be a table right here. And again, the kind of the manhole area will be right in through here. And then, of course, I can get to it from back here where I'm standing, and everything like that. There will be another table here, and that will be the miniature golf course, which will be Mario and all the Mario sets. And you can see we have our friend here who is kind of standing there just waiting for that table to get here and to be put in. I still have more tables in the garage, but I'm going to use my other tables for my Diagon Alley back behind Figsdale. So anyway, there will be a table here, this will all be water. And so there'll all be water up through here because, of course, that's the scenic Bay of Figs. And then you'll have kind of the Ninjago Bay area with Ninjago City right here. Destiny's Bounty will be floating somewhere in here. You see our train track right here. Now, this is going to be interesting because the clearance, depending on how the train moves and shifts side to side, there is clearance there. There's a 2-stud clearance from the train to the mixer, but it's going to scare the crap out of somebody if they are sitting in one of these seats and a train comes by. That's and I know I'm laughing, but yeah, that's kind of funny, to be quite honest with you. The thing that bothers me a little bit about this is, and I'll extend this fence all the way through here, and it'll go all the way down through here because of the train and everything like that. Because that's really, the fence is the end of the park. But one thing that bothers me is I have a lot of land. A lot of real estate there that's being unused. Now, this real estate right here kind of has to be unused because it needs room for the mixer, right? But there's all that real estate underneath of the slide. Now, I know other places they put bathrooms under the slide. One of my viewers suggested an arcade, that sort of thing. And that would be cool. And I'll have to figure out, maybe I'll put an arcade under there and just move the pathing, move the path and make it so that you can get to an arcade. But you see what I did around here? I came around here with this particular 2 builds. I made them as close as I could without being really uncomfortable because I had to, because this took up a whole table. I mean, actually, this takes up, if you look, we come back here, that takes up more than one table. I could have squeezed it onto one table, but then everything would have been so close. The tolerance between the slide and the mixer would have been real close. This is close enough as it is. I would rather have it a little farther away and have a 4x2, a 4-stud path as opposed to a 2-stud path for my minifigs to exit the carousel. But I got to do what I got to do, right? Now, right around here is water. And again, water features, kind of surround the pirate area. And one of my goals in SixFigs is, if you notice, there's a lot of little water spots. And, over there we have the moat. We have a little water coming through here, bleeding through over there. And there's some water back there by the coaster. My goal is to kind of connect some of these little tributaries and then make just little tiny foot bridges that go over on the sidewalk and stuff. So there's actually a little river running through SixFigs. And so I do have water in various places throughout the park. And I'm going to connect those at some point. Once I finish over there, once I finish Mario, once I finish Mos Eisley and all of that over there, that's the end of SixFigs in terms of as far as I can go. And so then I'm going to start putting the plush greenery, the little mounds of grass and trees and things like that, more little tributaries of water, and just to make it very beautiful. But anyway, you can see I come around here and I'm going to build that fence all the way around. And of course, this right here has to be a motor, right? Because this has to turn the carousel. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a boat. And so, I mean, I'm actually going to build a kind of a brick-built boat, and that will have the motor in it. So it'll have the motor housing and everything. And so it'll look just like a boat in the water and kind of fit in with the motif of both the pirates and all that kind of stuff. Now, I've curved the fence around because I'm going to take the fence and I'm going to curve it all the way around here, with the exception of that boat and that motor right there. So it'll have to stop there, start over here, and then curve around and connect to that fence there. But what I did here was use a very simple technique that I use, and I've noticed other people have used, to give the impression that this is a curving fence. And so if you want to curve a straight fence piece like this, what you do is you put studs on the bottom of a fence piece. I use these little flower studs because I just like the way they look. And then what you do is you come in here and see there's 4 studs right here. And you can put them in any one of these, any hole in between the 4 studs. And what that does when you place it in there, it enables you to move this and pivot this however you want. And then you get the impression of having a curve, and you can slowly curve everything and curve long straight fence pieces. Of course, there's kind of a little angle right there, but right around here you start to it starts to look kind of, when you're looking back, it definitely looks like a curve. And so that's what I would suggest whenever you want to make a long piece like that. Is don't forget, you can use the studs, but also use in between the studs, and then you can pivot whatever you have to whatever diagonal direction you need, and then attach the other side of the stud to another empty area here between 4 studs. So that's a technique that I like to use a lot. It helps to curve and everything like that. So that's kind of what I have, and if I look at it, it's really looking cool. The water kind of goes. This will be an island out here, and of course once we fill in with this table and stuff, we'll make this, and water will be through here, and then I'll start to make the shore, because the shoreline right now is all square. I'm going to start filling it in, as you can see, with some green and some blue and maybe some sand right here and things like that. And so all that has to be filled in. Once Mario's land is done, like I said, in Mos Eisley and the Ewok Village, SixFigs, from a practical standpoint, the rides and everything will be done. The park will be finished and the attractions will be done. It's just now coming up with all of the landscaping. And you see where I have just little pieces of grass sticking up, that'll be all plush, and there'll be trees and little mounds of grass and things like that, like I've said. So let me know what you think about this area. I think this area turned out absolutely fabulous. It goes well with the carnival part. I mean, the colors, of course, kind of all match up in a sense. I wish in some ways, I wish I kind of made that a red slide, but I don't think they had the Duplo red slide that I could get. They probably do. But that way I would have gone with the red on the mixer and the yellow and the blue and everything. But I think it matches up pretty well, especially with the yellow and that light blue, that everything matches. So we have our carnival area here. And the carnival area is a place that looks like it's just going to be a heck of a lot of fun for our figs once they start and everything like that. Oh, the other thing that I did do, and and I know I won't be able to get this to work, but I got it to work 4 times yesterday. If you notice, the entrance, or the exit, really, the exit to the slide is right here. It directly aligns with this blue slide. Now, 4 times yesterday, I was able to shoot this minifig out that entrance and over to the hot shot. Oh, yes, and it worked. There we go. And so the person on the middle slide might have a problem. They might have to have their mom, their dad, or their grandpa, their uncle, or whomever catch them. If you go off the other slide, you'll smack into the fence and probably end up maiming yourself. But the middle slide, at least, you can, let's see if I can do it again. Oh, no. Anyway, but the middle slide, you have a chance of sliding all the way out and, kind of getting to the hot shot shooting gallery and stuff like that. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of a fun feature, that I would make sure it lined up everything like that. So that's the great thing about Lego. You know what? With the right math, you get everything to line up perfectly. So that is my SixFigs update. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button. Tell your friends. Share. Let people know about SixFigs. Again, SixFigs is voted the #1 Lego theme park in the world by at least me, Dr. McBrick. I don't know how many other people, but at least me. I think it's a great theme park. I'm hoping to bust this open this weekend, and start on this and get this all set to do the Ewok Village back there and everything like that, and figure out how I'm going to make my Western world not so cramped. Because I may just have to take a couple sets out and a couple of props and actually make it a little less than what I had hoped. But anyway, that's about all I have. Remember, I am a member of the BrickTubers Network. We're small but mighty. We have Greg at GJ Bricks. We have Stefan at Bricksonville. Don't forget Jacob at Brick Bakery. And of course, Kaz Mockett at Blockhead UK. And with that said, I'd like to wish you all a great weekend. Please stay healthy, safe, wear your masks, and social distance. This is Dr. McBrick signing out.